Your prayers are powerful, more powerful than you may ever realize. Each time you utter a word, each time you close your eyes and reach out in hope, longing, or gratitude, you are not simply speaking into a void. You are participating in a sacred dialogue, a connection that has existed since the dawn of time, between the finite and the infinite, the seen and the unseen, the human and the divine. Prayer, at its heart, is not a ritual of repetition or an obligation to be fulfilled. It is communion. It is the quiet, vulnerable opening of your heart to something far greater than yourself. When you pray, you extend an invitation to allow divine presence into your circumstances, your thoughts, your struggles, and your joys. It is not just about the words you say, but about the willingness to be present, to be honest, to be open. In those moments, you are not alone. In those moments, heaven leans in. The very fabric of the spiritual realm draws close, attentive to the sound of your voice, to the movement of your soul. You may not always feel this. Sometimes prayer feels like a whisper lost in the wind, or a plea met with silence. But the moment you pray, the moment your heart reaches out, something happens. Things begin to shift. The atmosphere around you, within you, and even beyond you, starts to move. The act of prayer invites change on levels you may never understand. It is like planting seeds underground, where you cannot see them grow, yet they are growing still. There are ways in which I respond that are visible, tangible, and unmistakable. There are moments when an answer comes quickly, and you can trace it directly back to what you asked. There are other times when my response is subtle, woven quietly into the fabric of your days. You may not hear a thunderous reply or see a dramatic sign, but I am at work nonetheless, heard and silent, seen and unseen. When you prayed for peace, I began softening your storms. Perhaps you expected the winds to cease and the waves to calm in an instant. Yet sometimes peace comes not in the absence of the storm, but in the stillness I cultivate within you. I reach into your turmoil and begin to soothe the anxious places, to quiet the fears, to anchor you in hope. Sometimes the world around you remains unchanged, but your heart finds a new rhythm, a steadiness that can only come from me. When you prayed for strength, I started building it in you. You may have hoped for an immediate infusion of energy or a sudden removal of your burdens, but often, strength is forged in the process, in the small, courageous steps you take each day, in the persistence you show when things are hard, in the resilience that grows as you persevere. I shape you in the waiting, in the trying, in the believing. Every challenge you face becomes an opportunity for me to reinforce your spirit, to teach you endurance, to reveal the depth of what you are capable of with me by your side. I work in layers. My ways are intricate, purposeful, and sometimes far beyond your comprehension. Like a master artist, I blend colors and textures, light and shadow, weaving together the tapestry of your life. You see only a portion, perhaps a single thread, but I see the whole. I know how each strand connects, how each moment, each prayer, each longing becomes part of something beautiful and meaningful. Trust this. I have never failed to answer a single cry from your heart. Not one. Even when the answer looks different from what you expected, even when it comes in a manner or a time you did not anticipate, I am faithful. I gather every word, every tear, every sigh. I hold them close, and I respond in the way that is best for you. My answers are always rooted in love, in wisdom, in a knowledge of your true needs, sometimes deeper than you know yourself. So do not grow weary in praying. Do not be discouraged if you do not see immediate results. Remember that prayer is not a transaction, but a relationship. It is the ongoing conversation between you and me, an exchange that shapes not only your circumstances, but your soul. Each time you pray, you are drawn closer to my heart. You are reminded that you are seen, known, and cherished. Sometimes the most powerful prayers are the simplest ones. A whispered help, a quiet thank you, a desperate please. You do not need elaborate words or perfect phrases. What matters is the sincerity of your heart, the willingness to be real, to be vulnerable. I am less interested in the eloquence of your language than in the honesty of your longing. Know that your prayers are never wasted. They do not dissipate into nothingness. Like precious incense, they rise, carried by faith and hope, and they touch the very heart of heaven. They become part of a divine movement, a current of grace that flows back into your life in ways both immediate and eternal. There are times when you pray and the answer is clear, quick, unmistakable. The door opens, the healing comes, the guidance is given, and you rejoice, knowing that your voice was heard. Treasure those moments, for they are reminders of my nearness and my power. But more often, the process is slower, quieter. Answers unfold gradually, like the dawn creeping over the horizon. In these seasons, it can be easy to doubt, to wonder if your prayers matter. Remember, I am always at work, even when you cannot perceive it. I am orchestrating details, preparing the way, shaping outcomes that are for your good. Consider the story of a farmer who plants seeds in the spring. He waters them, tends the soil, and waits. For weeks, perhaps months, nothing appears above the ground. It would be foolish to conclude that nothing is happening. Beneath the surface, life is being formed, roots are being established, and in time, the harvest will come. So it is with prayer. There are answers germinating, roots growing deep, even when you cannot see them. Your faith is strengthened in the waiting. Patience, trust, and perseverance are cultivated. I use these times to teach you dependence on me, to invite you to listen, to sense my presence in the quiet, to lean into the assurance that I am with you always. Sometimes, my answers to your prayers come through other people, a word of encouragement, an unexpected provision, a helping hand. Other times, I use circumstances to guide you, to close one door so that another might open, to redirect your steps toward a better path. At times, the answer is a gentle nudge in your spirit, a sense of peace, a newfound courage to face what lies ahead. And yes, there are moments when my answer is no, or not yet. These can be the hardest to accept. You may feel disappointed or even abandoned. But know this, every no is rooted in a deeper wisdom and a greater love. I see the whole picture, the future you cannot yet imagine. I withhold or delay not to punish you, but to protect you, to prepare you, or to lead you toward something better. Your prayers are not a way to control me or to get your own way. They are an invitation for me to work in your life according to my perfect will. They are an act of surrender, a statement of trust. When you pray, you acknowledge that you need help, that you cannot do this alone, that you are willing to be led. There is great power in that humility. Remember, too, that prayer is not just about asking for things. It is also about listening, making space to hear my voice, to receive my guidance, to sense my love. Sometimes, the most transformative moments come not when you speak, but when you sit in silence, open and receptive. In those quiet spaces, I whisper truths to your heart, remind you of who you are, and fill you with the assurance that you are never alone. Prayer is also about gratitude. When you take time to thank me for what you have, for the blessings both big and small, your perspective shifts. You begin to see the abundance in your life, the ways I have been faithful in the past, the beauty that surrounds you. Gratitude opens your heart to receive even more, to trust that I will continue to provide. And prayer is communion, a sharing of life, a walking together. It is the ongoing conversation between your soul and mine, an ever-deepening relationship. As you pray, you become more attuned to my presence, more sensitive to my leading, more aware of my love. Your prayers are powerful because they connect you to the source of all power. They invite me into your circumstances, allowing me to do what only I can do. They change things, not only in the world around you, but within you. They build faith, foster hope, and anchor you in love. So keep praying. Pray when you are joyful and when you are sorrowful. Pray when you are confident and when you are afraid. Pray when you have words and when you have only tears. Every prayer matters. Every prayer is heard. Do not measure the effectiveness of your prayers by the immediacy of the results. Trust that I am always at work, answering in ways that are best for you. My timing is perfect, my wisdom unsearchable, my love unfailing. Sometimes, I answer your prayers by changing your circumstances. Other times, I answer by changing you, by giving you the strength to endure, the wisdom to understand, the courage to continue. Sometimes, the greatest miracle is not the resolution of a problem, but the transformation of your heart. Over time, as you continue to pray, you will see the evidence of my faithfulness. You will look back and recognize the ways I have carried you, guided you, and provided for you. You will see how your prayers have shaped your journey, how they have drawn you closer to me, how they have made you more compassionate, more resilient, more loving. Your prayers have the power to change not only your own life, but the lives of others. When you pray for someone, you participate in their story. You become a channel of my grace. You intercede on their behalf. Never underestimate the impact of your prayers for others. They create ripples that extend far beyond what you can see. Prayer is also a way to align your heart with mine. As you spend time in my presence, your desires begin to shift. You start to long for what I long for, to care about what I care about, to see the world through my eyes. This alignment brings peace, purpose, and fulfillment. It transforms your prayers from a list of requests into a shared vision for your life and the world. Do not be afraid to pray bold prayers. Ask for miracles, for healing, for reconciliation, for breakthroughs. I delight in your faith, in your willingness to believe for the impossible. But also be willing to trust me with the outcome, to accept my will even when it differs from your own. When you struggle to pray, when words fail you, know that I understand. I hear even the groanings of your heart, the unspoken cries, the silent hopes. You are never alone in your prayers. My Spirit intercedes for you, carries your petitions, surrounds you with comfort and grace. In moments of doubt, when you wonder if your prayers matter, remember this: I am closer than your next breath. I am attentive to every detail of your life. I am for you, not against you. I am working all things together for your good, even when you cannot see how. Let prayer become your refuge, your safe place, your source of strength. Return to it again and again, not out of obligation, but out of longing for connection, for guidance, for love. Let it be the rhythm of your days, the anchor in your storms, the well from which you draw life. As you continue to pray, you will discover the joy of my presence, the assurance of my care, the wonder of my love. You will become more aware of the miracles that surround you, the beauty in the ordinary, the possibilities in the impossible. Your prayers are powerful because they are heard by a powerful God. They move mountains, soften hearts, open doors, and bring light into darkness. They invite me to do what only I can do, to bring hope where there is despair, healing where there is brokenness, peace where there is turmoil. Never underestimate the impact of your prayers. They are the bridge between heaven and earth, the connection between your heart and mine. They are the means by which my love, wisdom, and power flow into your life and the lives of others. So pray with confidence, pray with expectation, pray with trust, and know that every time you pray, heaven leans in. I listen, I care, and I respond, in ways seen and unseen, heard and silent. You are not alone. You are never forgotten. Your prayers are treasured, valued, and answered. I am with you, always, working for your good, drawing you closer, shaping you into the person you were created to be. Remember this: no prayer is too small or too great. No concern is beneath my notice, no hope beyond my reach. Bring it all to me, the fears, the dreams, the questions, the gratitude. I am here, ready to listen, ready to move, ready to love. Your prayers are powerful. They matter. They make a difference. Keep praying, keep believing, and watch as I unfold my goodness in your life, one prayer at a time.